You ever sit down to focus and suddenly remember you need to clean your room, reply to that text, check your email, make a snack, and research the history of turtles? Yeah. Been there. Here's the truth. You don't have a focus problem, you have a starting problem. And guess what? Staying focused is easier than you think, actually. And I'll prove it in the next few minutes with something called the 3-minute rule. No fancy productivity apps, no brain hacks, just one tiny shift that turns your chaos into clarity. If your brain has ever felt like 37 tabs open at once, with one playing music somewhere and you don't know where, it's okay. That was me too. Until I found this ridiculously simple rule that made focus feel natural instead of forced. This video is for students drowning in deadlines, professionals trying to stay on task, creators getting distracted mid-idea, or honestly, anyone who's just tired of starting 100 things and finishing none. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You just need a better system, not more willpower. So here's what we're going to cover in this video. First, I'll introduce the 3-minute rule, what it is, why it works, and how it hijacks your brain in the best way possible. Then, I'll walk you through 3 simple steps to put it into action starting today. No prep, no stress. And finally, I'll show you how to use this rule to build momentum, even on days when you're tired, uninspired, or just... Stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll have one tool that quietly crushes procrastination and makes focus your new normal. Part 1. What is the 3-minute rule? All right, here's the magic sentence. You don't have to do it all, you just have to do it for 3 minutes. That's the 3-minute rule. It's based on one powerful truth. Starting is the hardest part. Not doing, not finishing, just starting. And once you start, your brain actually wants to keep going. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. Our brains crave completion once a task begins. But let's leave the jargon in the science lab. Here's what matters. Starting is a switch. When you tell yourself, just 3 minutes, you remove the pressure to be perfect, to finish, to know it all. It's like tricking your mind into movement. No pressure, just a beginning. Part 2, 3 steps to put it into action. So, how do you actually use the 3-minute rule without overthinking it? Let's break it down into 3 simple steps. Step 1. Pick one microtask. Let's say you need to study for an exam, write an essay, or work on a project. Don't tell yourself, I need to study for 2 hours. Instead, say, I'm just going to review my notes for 3 minutes. That's it. No commitment to finish. Bonus tip, make it ridiculously small. Like, open the document, read 1 sentence. That's small. Step 2, set a 3-minute timer. Here's where the brain magic kicks in. Set an actual timer, on your phone, a kitchen timer, anything. 3 minutes, start the task. That's it. No distractions, no multitasking. You're just saying to yourself, I'm only doing this for 3 minutes. That's the deal. What happens next? Something strange? Minute 1, you start. Minute 2, you focus. Minute 3, you kinda don't want to stop. Step 3, decide, stop or keep going. Once the timer rings, give yourself full permission to stop. Genuinely. But here's what happens 9 times out of 10. You won't. Because the hard part, the starting, is already done. You'll think, well, I've already started. I might as well finish this part. I'm in the flow now. It's not as bad as I thought. That's the point. You're not forcing focus. You're inviting it. You know those days when your brain just says nope? Like, you've got work to do, but your energy feels like a potato? That's when the 3-minute rule becomes your best friend. You're not relying on motivation. You're not pushing with guilt. You're simply saying, let me just show up for 3 minutes. And what you're doing, without even realizing, is retraining your brain to trust you. Trust that when you say, I'll do this, you do it. Even if it's small. That builds self-belief, and self-belief builds momentum. Focus isn't a feeling. It's a habit. a muscle, a moment-to-moment choice, and the 3-minute rule gives you a doorway into that choice, anytime you need it. Bonus. Use it for anything. Now here's the cool part. This doesn't just work for work or studying. Use it for cleaning your room, answering emails, journaling, practicing a skill, going on a walk, even meditation. If it feels overwhelming, shrink it, time it. Begin anyway. Remember, you don't have to finish it. You just have to begin. Focus isn't about being perfect. It's about beginning. Starting is easier than you think, when the stakes are tiny. The 3-minute rule works because it's not a trap. It's a gentle nudge. So next time you feel overwhelmed, scattered, or stuck, don't wait for the perfect moment. Just try 3 minutes. That's it. If you do it today, tell me in the comments what you use the 3-minute rule for. I promise someone will read it and get inspired to do the same.